What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. This one's from Vinegar Syndrome, and it is Evils of the Night. This is a pretty classic 80s horror movie. It takes place in a rural town where women are disappearing at a rapid rate. Just young people in general, I guess, are disappearing at a rapid rate. No one really seems to be bothered by it, though. All the kids are still partying and having fun and giving underwater blowjobs and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, there's a pair of creepy old mechanics who are actually behind the disappearances. They're grabbing these girls, taking them captive, raping them, and then selling them to aliens. As it turns out, there is a cadre of elderly aliens who need the blood of the young people so that they can stay young. The mechanics are hoping just to get a nice, trip to Florida or some other tropical location out of all this horrific crime they're committing. And just eventually it comes down to, is this particular batch of teens going to be able to escape certain death, or are they just going to be the next victims to these, nursing home aliens? This one is just goofy. It's super fun. It's got a decent amount of nudity. It's got a lot of topless scenes. It's got a few full frontal scenes, so it's covered there. What's interesting about it is during the sex scenes, the guys keep their pants on completely. So you'll have a fully naked woman and then a guy who's still wearing, like, his jeans. It's awkward, but it's funny, and it adds to the humor, so I didn't really mind. It's obviously goofy, silly, 80s teen horror type stuff. No matter what happens, even if the movie starts to slow down a little bit, you've always either got some boobs or some really wacky dialogue or just goofy humor that's happening. They get a big kick out of having sex in a haunted house. Just talking about their boobs. There's a lot of talk just about boobs. I mean, there's always something happening, even if it's not super exciting. It's ultimately watchable. The dialogue is super fun. It's got a bunch of 80s cliche lingo in it. It's got the creepy mechanics are a lot of fun to watch. Then you've got your elderly aliens like David Carradine and Julie Newmar. It's just, like I said, it's just a goofy movie. It's a lot of fun to watch. It definitely has horror elements to it, and including like some pretty rapey moments, but overall it doesn't have very much blood in it, just a few kind of set pieces here and there, and again, it's not huge amounts of blood, it's just a few little violent scenes. So definitely don't get it for gore. You want to get this one for the sleaze factor and just for the 80s goodness and the wacky dialogue and goofy storyline. It's definitely one that I think holds up very well for repeated viewings, just because it's so much fun. It's a great party movie. I really like it. I think it's one of the top level Vinegar Syndrome releases, for me anyway. I really do like it. The Blu-ray is from Vinegar Syndrome. It's got a new 2K scan from the original camera negative. It's got video interviews. It's got an alternate edit of the movie that was the version that was shown on TV. Isolated score, almost half an hour of outtakes. Trailer, TV spot. It's a loaded disc. It's a fair price disc. I don't really know what else you can want from it. It looks fantastic. It looks better than I ever thought it could look. Vinegar Syndrome is like magicians or something with these new transfers. So I really don't know what else to say. The movie is highly recommended if you like 80s cheesy, sleazy horror movies. And the disc is fantastic. If you're going to own Evils of the Night, that is definitely the way to own it. If you like this review, please do check out my website, markfusion.com. I've got tons of other Vinegar Syndrome releases reviewed there, as well as other horror, cult, exploitation, TV, anime, video games, everything you could want. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at markfusion. If you're not a sub to this channel, you like these videos, please do sub. It would greatly help me out and give me a nice little endorphin kick when I get the notification. I greatly appreciate you watching these videos. I genuinely do, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.